bit of a warm and cold morning this morning. Went for a walk, so I'm a bit warm. So my body temperature's going up and down. So anyway, ups and downs. A lot of ups and downs happen in life, and a lot of it's got brought home to me. Yesterday, my puppo was not well, and I had taken him to the vet. He's doing okay though, just adjusting his meds temporarily for a little bit and seeing how he goes. He got a shot, and he's sleeping. He's old. He's like 17 years old. So the vet was like, well, because he's got a heart condition and he's got a thing with his lungs, when they take a turn, it can be sudden and they can decline really rapidly, and then it's a quality of life issue, and we think about that. And I'm like, she's like, no, don't think, have to think about it right now, but that's in the future. I'm like, yeah, well, about a little over 6 months ago, he said, well, it's been almost a year, about 9 months, and they said that, you know, he was only going to live for like maybe 6 to 12 months. So yeah, that's what's happening. So life has its ups and downs. So what do I do to cope? And what for me is normal is that I would have kind of okay every day, but my normal is usually lots of things interrupting what I try to establish as a routine. And sometimes it can be a bit of a challenge establishing routine, and it comes down to enforcing your boundaries, saying, no, don't interrupt me, I'm doing this, I have time for you here, you've gone over time, that's it, I don't have to be there for you to do this, I have to be there for you to do that, all that sort of stuff, to be able to try and get some sort of normal and try and force things in. Well, sometimes you don't. Sometimes you have to force things in, sometimes you don't. It depends on the situation. It's all contextual. But what would you like your normal everyday to be like? I mean, some people, because, you know, kinky people, they go, oh, but I'd like it to. So you want that to be your normal? If so, over time, will it then still be special? I mean, I've been wearing rubber every day for 5 years or something. And people goes, well, do you get sick of it? I said, well, yes, sometimes I get sick of it. I mean, come on. I'm human. I'm normal. But now it's kind of become a part of who and what I am. Do I still wear normal clothes? Yeah, sure I do when the occasion calls for it. When it's not practical to wear my normal rubber clothes. Um, or it might get damaged, or they're just, you know, I need to repair a few, and cycle it through. But I always try and make sure that I have something to wear. And sometimes your body may not be able to take it. I mean, sometimes it's like the point of, you know, you got to struggle through a few things, which is cool, but sometimes your body can't take long periods of wearing it, so you either adjust what you're wearing, wear things for shorter times, and I can honestly say there's not many days where I would be wearing it for less than 8 hours. Um, there's been times when I've worn it, like, you know, as in full on wearing, um, for almost 24 hours. Um, and like I said, practicalities. You got to look at what your life is like, what you can fit in, where, and work out how badly you want it and how often you want to have it in your life. The thing is with kink, a lot of people help use kink, and that helps them offset a lot of what's going on in their lives, in which case making time for that, when you have your ups and downs, like, you know, you can have celebratory kink sessions, you can have coping kink sessions, or kink sessions that can help you rebalance yourself depending on what those sessions are. So it's really interesting. And what steps do you have to in place to help you when life happens, good or bad, Do you have things where you go, okay, something good's happened, let's go out and do this, or let me take a moment and go, yeah, life is really awesome at this point in time. Or do you have times when you go, oh, you know what, it's just not good. I need to do this. And sometimes when life can get you down a bit and you're uncomfortable doing things, sometimes it's actually good to do some uncomfortable things to go, you know what, I don't want to have this conversation at this time, but some things need to happen, and it's not a good time because sometimes there's never really any good time to have difficult conversations or um, challenge yourself in certain ways when it comes to negative effects in your life or effects that get you down in life. But then you've got to look at it in a longer term point of view. If you don't, are you just going to keep cycling and doing the same thing over and over again? I'm not saying that once you do it, everything will magically change, but once you do it, and you keep doing it, it'll get a little easier and easier. It's just reforming new habits, and habits, they're what is it, the softest chains but the hardest to break, which is why a lot of people have things, it gets difficult to get out of a habit or repetitive behavior where your brain's like, oh, this comforts me and that doesn't, so I'm not going to do that. That's the thing. A lot of people, when life happens, they go, right, this is what I've done, this is what I've always done, and I'm going to keep doing this, and that's a comfort thing. Sometimes you've got to go, but this is what I've always done, and it's helped in some regards, but can I change it or tweak it a little bit here or there? And so that next time I won't have to do as much, or it won't be as draining on me, or I'm more aware of when stuff is happening. So if I go beyond what I need to do to cope, then I can go, wait, pull back and take a look at everything and go, right, if I keep doing this, is it good for everybody in the long run? Most especially myself or yourself. Um, and some people just are who they are, but people will still wear down. Like someone could be naturally giving, and a lot of people I know are like that, myself included, are naturally giving, but having to go, wait a minute, that's become now a rule, not an exception. This has got to change, and it won't change overnight. It does take time. Frustrations, talking, communications in the meantime, because you will have to go, okay, this is what happened last time, this is what happened now, this is what's different. Is it better or worse? Yes, it is better. Okay, we can deal with that now. So just keeping that in mind. But having said that, sometimes it's also time to go and go, you know what? Life is getting to me. I'm gonna go do some comfort kink. I'm gonna go and just take time out, and that's what I need to do. So anyway, that's it for my hump day, and I hope your hump day is better and doing well. It's nice and sunny outside, but it's still blooming cold, and I'm now getting colder after just taking my jacket off. Anyway, I'll catch you guys later. Remember, take some time out for yourself. Um, just visualize what you would like. Can you change and tweak a little thing here and there? Make sure the exception does not become the norm, and that doesn't mean it's like every week it happens. It could be as often as, or as little as, every year, every couple of months. I've seen things happen every like 3 years or five, and I was going, yeah, this is the same as what happened 3 years ago. So, oh, but that was 3 years ago. Yeah, but it's the same thing, and you're doing the same thing, and it's going on and on. So little changes, little tweaks. Keep in mind the patterns and what you're at, where you're at in your headspace and all that. So see ya.